are the power rankings for the NFL Week 13. I expect most of the teams in S tier to make it deep in the playoffs. That's basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
Kansas City Chiefs, S tier. Need I say more?
Yep.
Buffalo Bills, S tier. Need I say more? The other S tier teams, I'm going to say there's only... I'm going to say there's only 2 more.
Okay.
This is going to piss people off. One's Philadelphia Eagles. I think Philadelphia Eagles keep playing the way they're playing. They're a deep playoff team. My only concern is Jalen Hurts is a young quarterback. It's pretty tough once you get into the playoffs. You can get spooky.
Yep.
And I'm putting the San Francisco 49ers.
Wow.
Now, the San Francisco 49ers remind me of another team that I would almost put S tier, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. However, I think San Fran is so unbelievably, they're amazing on defense. They're loaded with offensive talent. Jimmy G is the only reason I do not see the San Fran 49ers making the Super Bowl and winning it.
Okay.
I think of those first 3 teams, I see it being more realistic. I actually would almost put... I am going to put one more team in S tier, actually. That's Miami Dolphins. I almost forgot. If I'm putting the Niners, I'm putting the Miami Dolphins. I think the Miami Dolphins have the same problem the Philadelphia Eagles may have, which is that young quarterbacks that deep in the playoffs. That's just a totally different ballgame. These guys are 23 and 24. You would prefer to have a veteran quarterback at that stage in the game, but they can do it. It's happened in the past. They can do it. These are the S tier teams. If I was moving anybody, I'd move the Niners down and I'd move the Dolphins down, but I'd keep those first 3, no question.
Are those in order? Is that team 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? Right,
it's actually pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Switch Niners and Dolphins.
Okay.
Now it's correct. This is the order of the power rankings I'd put in the NFL. I believe the Chiefs and the Bills are the absolute best teams. I think the Eagles are next. I think the Dolphins are after that, and then the Niners are the worst of the best.
I like it.
But there's a world where I almost put the Niners above the Eagles. I don't know. No, I'm keeping it right there. That's in order. A-tier teams. Dallas Cowboys. Wow, I have watched the Cowboys choke in the playoffs too many times for me to put them in S-tier, but I do love the Dallas Cowboys. I think they're absolutely an A-tier team, especially with that defense. Dak just needs to play well when they hit playoffs. That's it. You need Dak to play well. Otherwise, it's completely pointless. Another A-tier team. You know what's funny? I would almost put the Jets with Mike White, but I haven't seen enough Mike White yet. So we're just going to keep them probably in B tier, but we don't have to talk about that yet. Another A-tier team. Let's go Baltimore Ravens. I really like the Ravens. Roquan Smith was a great addition. I don't know, though. They play a little choppy sometimes, so they're definitely not an S-tier team to me, but they certainly have the caliber for a playoff push. I will put the Cincinnati Bengals back up there. This was a team that got off to a really, really rocky start and has started to become a little bit better, but I'm going to keep it there. Minnesota Vikings, I'm going to put in A tier. Here's the thing. I can't put the Minnesota Vikings in S tier because I'm not putting the Dallas Cowboys in S tier, and it was literally 40-3.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. The Vikings did beat the Bills by about that much, but the Minnesota Vikings showed, at least to me in that game, that there are serious flaws. They can be game planned against really, really well. To lose 40-3 is a whole different world. I cannot put you in S tier if you get blown out like that. So I'm keeping them there.
I like that.
Other than that, I'll put the Tennessee Titans in A tier. I think this is almost in order. I think the Titans are not that good. If I was putting this in order, I'd probably put the Cowboys, then the Vikings, then the Ravens, then the Bengals, then the Titans. I don't like the Titans. I think their record is inflated. I don't think they're actually that good. B tier, let's go Jets. Jets could be A tier.
That's insane to me,
I know,
dude.
because you think they'd be D tier?
Yeah. I can't even imagine the Jets being, because you were saying even possibly A.
They would. If Mike White keeps playing like that, they're an A tier team.
If Mike White keeps popping off. Yeah, they're nasty. And imagine if they still had Breece Hall, too.
I know.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
I really like that team. Who else is going to go in B tier? Let's put the Giants in B tier. Yeah, Giants' record is overrated. I think that's a B tier team, and I think it needs to stay that way. Seattle Seahawks could almost be A, but I'm going to keep them in B. Yep. I think it's more like, oh, Geno's so awesome, but I really just don't think they're that great. Damn, it's funny. I almost want to put the Buccaneers in C tier.
I was kind of looking at the Bucs. Saying,
Little recency bias, but I almost want to put them there. I'm going to put the Patriots here in B tier. I think the Patriots are like the quintessential average team, if we're calling B average. Okay. They're 6-6. They have a good defense and a subpar offense. Sometimes they have really good games. Sometimes they have really bad games. I'll keep them in B. I think Atlanta Falcons are like that too. They're just a mid team. They show flashes of greatness, and sometimes they really suck. So we'll put them there in B tier. You
want these two with these three though?
That's a pretty good point.
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing: Patriots' schedule is way harder than like the Giants' schedule, for example.
Yeah.
And their record's still pretty close. I definitely like
They're solid.
The only team I'd move is Seattle. I'd move Seattle to A tier. Out of those is the only team I'd move. Chargers I'll put in B tier. Rams Dude. I can't even put them in B tier anymore.
No.
Now without Stafford, I can't. No, you're right. I can't. I'll put them in C. I'll put Lions in C. Let's just start knocking some teams out. Lions are C. Cardinals are C. Panthers are C. They're not that bad. Texans might be the only D tier team, honestly. Like, I think the Texans are in their own league of bad.
Yeah.
It might be the only team that's like that. Bears are C. They're approaching B, but they're still C. Browns are C. I mean,
This is Deshaun Watson's
Deshaun's
week
coming
too.
back, so it's a little different. Actually, no, I'm going to put him in C tier. I'll put the Browns in C. This is my speculative. It's week 13, right? And Deshaun is back. So let's move the Browns to C or B tier. My bad. Let's move the Browns to B tier. When Deshaun comes back, I believe the Browns are B tier. Broncos are almost D. They're almost D tier. They're really bad.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. Like, looking at these teams,
I'd take a lot of those teams over the Broncos.
Exactly. Yeah.
Russell Wilson is averaging half a touchdown a game. It's not insane.
so bad.
It's just insane.
So
C tier teams, let's put Packers, Colts, Jaguars, Raiders. I'd put the Saints there too. Steelers, I'm going to put B because their defense is nasty. I'll put the Buccaneers in B as well, and I'll put the Commies in B.
yeah,
Commies are a
Commies
good
been
B tier
playing-
team.
Yeah, Commies been showing out, honestly.
Would you move anything? I actually really like this. As far as power rankings go, I really like this. I feel like there's a couple B tier teams I could move up, but like, here's how
that's
I'd
kind
see
of what
it.
I was thinking.
I think all those A tier teams beat all those B tier teams. I don't see the Jets beating any team in A tier. I don't see the Giants beating any team in A tier. On most games, I get it. Every once in a while, they'll squeak a game out. Only thing I'd move is Falcons down, saying Falcons on the same level as the Jets. I kind of like how the Falcons play. It's just Mariota sucks sometimes. Although I agree, Crib, I think the Falcons might be the worst team in B tier. Let's move the Falcons down.
We'll just look at this really fast.
Let's compare it. Let's compare it with the pros.
Yes, exactly.
So here's CBS's analysts' power rankings. We're going to compare ours to theirs. So they got Chiefs in order. They got Chiefs, Eagles, Dolphins, Bills, then Cowboys. So they got Cowboys in S tier, whereas we have the Niners in S tier. But everything else is the same. Let's see where they put the Niners. They put the Vikings in 6 and the Niners at 7. So basically they moved the Niners down to A tier. They've got the Bengals same as us. They got the Ravens and the Titans same as us. Damn,
solid.
this fucker agrees with me.
The Titans dropped 5 spots, too.
They do have the Jets up in B tier, or in A tier. We would consider that Jets being an A tier team.
Yes, yes.
They got the Chargers in A, the Commies in A, the Patriots in A. Or no, not A, B. Sorry, this would be B. This would be B. Starting at 11, it'd be B tier, technically. So.
Yeah, if we do 5 each.
But yeah, then it went 5-5, then I had 10. Okay, so then Patriots, they agree. They agree with Giants. They agree on Seahawks. They agree on Browns. So I moved Falcons down to C, but they actually have Falcons in B still. Buccaneers, Jaguars, Saints, Lions, Raiders, Packers. I'm on board with everything you're saying.
It's absolutely
here.
nuts to see these 3 teams this deep down.
Oh my God, especially when you think about how much talent is on those rosters.
And I think we both kind of thought the Colts were going to be pretty
Yeah,
nasty.
nobody thought
they
they should get worse with Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The Rams 29, dude. Wow.
And then the 5 worst teams in the league, they got the Panthers, the Rams. That team just won the fucking Super Bowl, guys.
Insane.
It's 29th worst team in the league, apparently. Bears, Broncos, Texans. I think that's fair. I think that's really good.
Yeah, so I mean, you look at, this is just another site. You look at this site, this is CBS. Then you go over to the NFLs, and they have the Eagles at number 1.
That's
so they just have
dumb.
them flop.
Eagles are not the best team in the league.
And then they have San Fran at number 3.
I could make the argument for San Fran. I can't make the argument for Philadelphia. Philadelphia is completely overrated by their record. They're still great. But anyone who says the Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the league, I would love to have a word with them. I could not disagree more. I think both the Chiefs and the Bills are better. And I could make an argument that the Dolphins or Niners are better too. Eagles schedule's cake. That's because they sucked last year and they're playing so much better this year.